Hey, what is up? What is up, YouTube gaming family? It is I, K-Rod here. Alright, so let's talk about it, man. Um, I need to talk about the homie Sub-Zero. And before we get into that, I'm going to explain the state of Sub-Zero in the recent Mortal Kombat 1 patch. So let me first kind of let the volume going. Hold on, let me pause the video. All right, I'm back. So, yeah, let's get right into it. Let's talk about what's going on with Sub-Zero in this patch, and I'm gonna give you guys my whole take on how I think of him as a character. So, personally, with me, I think Sub-Zero, where it stands with him, he's not like in the best. How should I say? He's not in the best state where he is, and I think, yeah, the new patch, for those of you that don't know what happened with him, is that his scaling is a lot better, where he's not able to do a lot of damage. Well, he's not able to get less damage off of combos that he should be getting higher damage off of. And I will show you that right now with using, let's just say, like Sub-Zero Cyrax. I'm going to just use like a combo that's going to use one bar, and I'll show you guys how good the damage scaling has been taken off. So if I do something like this, there we go. Alright, there you go. So you get 40% off of that. But let's just say if I want to bring it to the corner, Sub-Zero, he definitely does good damage, but it's not just that. You have to like think about it as far as like what the outcome is, because it doesn't matter like where things are. It's just that personally with me, I don't really care. It's more to do with how he is fundamentally with his skill set as a character. All right, I'm gonna do that. Hold on. There we go. Okay, so this is still at the same amount of damage, but even if like let's just say if I want to do, let's just say like a fatal blow, I'm gonna do that. There we go. Hold on. I'm gonna reset that. Hold on. Alright. Yeah, see, like I'm trying to get this combo down, but it's always tricky. Alright, let me try it. Actually, let me start it from at the center. I'm gonna start it from the center. Alright, let me start it from the center. Oh my god, this is so difficult, man. Hold on. I'm gonna try to just do like a regular I'm gonna do like a regular combo, but I'm gonna like get him in the air and I'm gonna kick it. I'm gonna like kick him so I can like get the combo going. Yeah, these combos are like so bugged for Sub-Zero. Hold on. Yeah, this is always difficult, man. There you go. Uh, yeah, it's so hard. All right, I'll do it like that. All right. Now let's see how much damage that we get out of this. There we go. That's pretty good. Now, okay. Now you see that amount of damage that I got for 56%. the reason why Sub-Zero is able to get that is simply because that originally, even though that the scaling has been toned down, with the scaling, Sub-Zero was only able to get at least, I want to say maybe like 47 to 48%, but now he's getting like 56 to like at least 57 if you're actually doing it right. Because how I do it, whenever I do my combos, I usually do less hits for more damage. Because like let's just say if I do this combo like this, hold on, I'm trying to do it. Hold on, let me try it like this, bro. Like I'm trying to get these combos down, but it's so difficult, man. Yeah, like I'm gonna just do it like this. There we go. All right, I'm gonna button mash so I can get more damage. You see that right there? It's like less hits, so I should be getting more damage. And you know, there we go, just like that. So with 20 hits, I get at least 20. Well, I get 50% damage, but I get 20 at least 20% or more percentage of damage for Sub-Zero. So now it gives me more of an opportunity to make enemies respect my damage more. And I will say like that is a pretty good buff for Sub-Zero. But if you want to do something like optimal and you're not thinking like about Fatal Blow, his Polar Palm combo is really good to give you good damage. Hold on. Alright. Ah, shit. Hold on. There we go. Ah, okay, but yeah, you can pretty much see that Sub-Zero, he has a lot more utility in his kit, and that is a good thing because it now means that you don't have to spend at least 2 bars in order to get something going. Like originally, when you did, let's just say like the Deadly Vapor shit, like that, this doesn't give you a lot of damage. Like, look, hold on. I'm gonna try to do something just like something stupid out of like a Deadly Vapors combo. If you do this, come on. All right, hold on. All right, there we go. Come on, man. There we go. Oh my goodness, dude. Sub-Zero, he's so bugged with his inputs. Come on. Alright, I'll just do something simple. I don't want to do that, man. Come on, bro. I didn't even want to do that. Alright, there we go. Dude, it's not working for me. Every time like when I'm pressing like a button, it like I don't know if it's like the game, but it just feels like Sub-Zero specifically, when you put his inputs in correctly, you get that input delay where you're not able to like put his combos in. All right, hold on. All right, I'm gonna try doing this. This is like the scale damage combo that you do with Deadly Vapors. Hold on. There we go. So right here, you can see that I only got 36% doing Deadly Vapors. But if you do Polar Palm, like this, there we go. Oh, come on, bro. Bro, like this shit is so bugged. There we go. You can see that there's a far greater difference with Polar Palm, where with Deadly Vapors you only got at least 35 to 36%, but with Polar Palm you're now able to get 40% or higher with Sub-Zero. Because if I want to do it with like a cameo, I can do it like this. Here we go. Oh, come on. Alright, come on, come on. Please, NetherRealm, let me get my combo. Dude, this... Bro, Sub-Zero's so bugged with his back, too. I'm trying to, like, launch him, but it's like, dude, it's so bugged. Alright. Dude, this is, like, terrible. Okay, let me try this again. Alright. I'm sorry, guys. Sometimes Sub-Zero does not like to listen to me, so... It's like every time when I'm trying to get like the inputs in, it's like it's so bugged. Dude, this is so bugged. Come on, dude. Alright, come on. Yeah, this is just absolutely bugged. Yeah, hold on. Hold up, hold up. There we go. Dude, it's so bugged. Oh my god. Ugh, Sub-Zero. You need to stop being stupid, my man. Bro, I'm trying to get clone out and it's not even working. You guys can clearly see like the inputs, right? Bro, this is so bugged, man. Ugh, I'm so sorry for you guys. Alright, there we go. Alright, so obviously this wasn't like the best combo that I did, but you can see that with the damage scaling that he now has taken away, Sub-Zero is a lot better with the damage. But the problem with Sub-Zero that I'm going to demonstrate to you is that he is still bad as a character. And the reason being is, once again, I'm going to keep saying this, for any future MKs that will be made about Sub-Zero, this needs to be faster. The Ice Ball needs to be something like this where I can combo into it, where I don't have to think twice about having to use Ice Ball as like a slow projectile. This should be at least like 15 frames or 10 frames. It should be a super fast projectile. And let me use Noob Saibot, knowing that my homie Noob Saibot is here. Noob Saibot's projectile is what? That's 37 frames. Okay, it's not bad, but do you see how fast this is? It needs to be something just like that. And actually, the thing is like, hold on. Let me try to see if I can use. Okay, I'm gonna try to see if I could just challenge his Ghost Ball. If his Ghost Ball can actually go up against Sub-Zero's Ice Ball. So I'm gonna like prove this to you why Ice Ball needs to get buffed. So I'm gonna do this, and I'm going to just do that. Okay. All right. Okay. There we go. Okay. So let's see. So hold on. Let me try this again. So yeah, you can see that my Ghost Ball or my Shadow, yeah, like my Ghost Ball managed to hit Sub-Zero before the Ice Ball hit me. But even though Ghost Ball is not a projectile that can actually like hyper stun Sub-Zero, so it's like, I need to like combo into it in order to give him, yeah, in order to get some means of combo staggering. But you guys get, like, you guys get what I'm saying. But let me try using Slide. There we go. The slide is like slide is very very fast. You can see that it's 19 frames. This is super fast. Let me try to amp it up. Oh, 19 frames again. On the active is actually 10 frames. Oh, so slide is actually 11 frames. Because regular shadow slide is like 18. Yeah, regular shadow slide is at least 17 frames. Yep, 18 frames. And then 11 frames. It starts up at 19 and then it speeds up to like 11. Yep. So yeah, you can basically see like this is really effective if I do something like that. Hold on. Yeah, so I mean basically, like, the evidence shows that the ice slide, like, ice ball, is very weak. It's very terrible, and Sub Zero definitely needs to get buffed for that. Um, I could use something like, let's just say, the slide, even though slide is not really, it's not as bad compared to ice ball, but still, it's really terrible. All right, all right, let's try something. Hold on. There we go. So basically, the slide is at least 14 frames, which isn't bad. But you want to know the problem with it? Sub Zero, Sub Zero slide is actually, it's actually reactable to the point where if you throw like a projectile. Hold on, let me try to see if I can. Okay, so I'm not too sure if this has actually been in the game, but I do realize that Sikander did say in the past that Sub Zero's Ice Slide, the legacy moveset of the Ice Slide, is supposed to go under the projectile. So therefore, when Sub Zero hits you, it's basically unreactable. And I'm trying to use Noob Saibot's projectile to try to see if I can hit him. And apparently, his slide is able to. Sub Zero's Ice Slide is actually able to hit somebody, under the projectile. Possibly. But I don't think that's really true. Because you can see right here that if I hit you with Shadow Slide, I can hit you. But if I do, like, let me try to see if I can do something like that. Okay, there we go. So I can counter it right here, because like you can't do nothing to me. Hold on. Okay. I'm actually just testing things out, just to let anybody know about like what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to prove like that Sub Zero, he does not have the tools that people say that he has. And credit to Sikander 555. He makes all the best points about Sub Zero, for the most part. Well, I would say for 99% of everything that he says, but it makes perfect sense why Sub Zero is not good in most of his moves, despite him getting a damage buff, and he's able to now do more damage off of his combos and also fatal blows. So it gives him a little bit of the edge whenever you're down in a fight. But I don't think that makes any sense, because it's like, what difference does it make? Sub Zero is not able to do what people think he's able to do. So I don't really care about that, because it's like, this is not going to help you in a fight where you're able to just kind of do whatever you want and just think that you could just get away with, I guess, like maybe like 45-50% combos. So I'm not really buying that, because like regardless of like what anybody says, that's not really going to help you. So even if you are running Sub-Zero Cyrax or even Sonya, to say the least, it's okay, but it's not really going to do you any justice. So I'm not really buying it. Like, your best, like I will say that the best team for Sub-Zero, like this team for Sub-Zero is still a good team, but the problem is that you cannot like put yourself in a position thinking that it's all that trying to get damage is all that you need to do, and also draining people's meter is also good too, but you need to have like actual utility with your character, because if you don't have utility with your character, you're not able to do what you think that you could do with the character defensively. Now I will say that like ice slide is pretty decent, but it should be fast to the point where you can go under the projectile. Because Noob Saibot, he should not be able to hit you with. Well, Noob Saibot obviously does not hit Sub Zero with his Ghost Ball, but let's just say that if it did, all enemies that throw projectiles against Sub Zero should not be able to hit him, unless if you are, let's just say, if you're like using Shao Kahn and you throw his little hammer down as soon as Sub Zero is coming close to getting hit with the hammer, or the axe, I'm sorry, then Sub-Zero should get punished for it. But let's just say if it's like, if it's like Scorpion or if it's Garrus. Well, I mean, Garrus throws the projectile in front of you that has an AoE effect. So the area of effect is affected as soon as Sub-Zero gets hit by it. So, I mean, Garrus can throw that counter against Sub-Zero if you want to. But then again, the slide should be fast enough where it's basically unreactable, where you're not able to kind of just hyper spam that combo, well, that move up against Sub-Zero. So I will say that any projectile that you throw up against Sub-Zero should be punishable. So, like all projectiles should be countered through Sub-Zero, where Sub-Zero is able to go under the projectile, and you're not able to just spam whatever you want to do with, with the character. So that's pretty much what I'm gonna say on that. But let me show you some other teams that I feel like that are good for Sub-Zero. Serena is still good. I will say I don't really use this team, but hold on, let me pause it. Alright, I'm back. So this team is actually pretty good. You could actually get like a lot of damage with this team. You can see that the damage is far greater. Hold on. This team is like a little bit hard. Let me try 1 bar of cameo meter. Ah, come on, bro. Ah, come on. There we go. So right here, you can get 42% worth of damage with Serena for 1 bar, but if you want to use both of her bars, you can get at least 45%. I know that. So I'm going to try doing that. There we go. There we go. So 2 cameo bars plus 1 super meter bar is 45%. Let's say if I want to do 50% or more, I'm pretty sure I can get this. I'm going to try this. I actually forgot. I don't even need to use 2 bars. You could actually just basically use 1 bar and just get Fatal Blow off of this. And this will give you like 51% at least. Okay. Yeah, so 509 damage, that's actually not bad. Let me try 2 bars. I'm gonna try that. Hold on. Bro, what is going on? The inputs are so weird, man. Alright, let me Fatal Blow that. I'm probably not going to hit like 50. It's probably going to still be 50%. Yeah. That's not really useful. Okay. Let me try something different. I'm going to try Triple Clone. I'm going to try that. Even though Triple Clone is decent, but it's okay. Ah, come on, bro. Hold on. I'm gonna try this again. I'm sorry. I just want to try to experiment something, guys. I apologize. Okay. So, 1 bar, ideally, with Serena, you can do 45% on your own. The problem with this team, however, is like even though you're able to get some good decent damage, Serena does not really give you all the tools that you want to do. I mean, granted, if you want to use like the little like Jataka's blessing, um, this will always be like a good friend of yours if you want to kind of like use Polar Palm and do this. Wait, hold on. Let me try that. This will always be helpful. Ah, come on, bro. Ah, there you go. Like, I mean, that will always be good. So, I mean, the thing about this team is like, yes, it's cool. Like, it has it like I will say Serena's like damage buff, cameo refill move is actually really good because this will actually help you in the like in the corner. But let's just say if you're like in the neutral and you want to kind of like hold yourself, protected, you could always do that. But I mean, this will always help you out if you actually want to get some like combo stackers, and that will always be your friend. But I just don't think, as far as like where things are with this team, it's that high tier of a team. I will put it down as like a B minus team. I will say Cyrax with Sub Zero is actually way better compared to this team because with Cyrax you're able to get a lot of damage, you're able to drain people out. But I will say Serena does help you refill your meter if you're actually down, and if you want to like get yourself back up for like a super meter, so you can have breaker. That's actually good because now you don't really have to think twice about this. But the only problem with that is like the enemy could actually hit you, so it's like it's kind of always better to kind of use Serena when you actually have like combo stacker pressure, so you're able to kind of like have the opponent actually respect you, because that means that now if you're able to kind of use this onto them, they can't really do anything to you. And even if they do try to break it, you could still try to like save back up like your meter in order to get something going. So I mean, Serena is a good cameo. I think that will be like the next best cameo for Sub Zero until anything changes for Sub Zero. Because again, we can say like, okay, Deadly Vapors is okay. That's obviously one frame on the active frame. It's obviously like 31 to start up, but it's actually one frame on the active. So Deadly Vapors is still a very good move. Don't get it twisted. What I'm really mostly talking about that really needs to get fixed for Sub Zero is the slide. Make this shit fast. Obviously, like this is like slide without having to like stab them to let the ground. That's like 11 frames, so it's not bad. It's just that the problem with this slide is just that it's just fucking reactable. It's reactable to the point where the enemy can't really see much of anything. I would like to see slide be at least, in my personal opinion, I would say make it 6 frames. Make it fast enough to the point where um you can't really do much of anything to it other than you you have to guess. Because granted, it doesn't like it seems like it is fast, but I don't think it really is. I think slide is very predictable. So that's my only issue with ice sled. It needs to be unreactable. It needs to be fast enough to the point where the enemy has to basically respect it. Because if it means that enemies are able to see it coming as soon as it's starting up, then I don't find that to be fair. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. What I have with slide, ice ball. Obviously, make this shit really fast because this is mad slow. 39 frames, and then you only get like what, 21. I think the only thing that Sub Zero also needs is his back two faster. Make this shit fast. Like, you have this 24 frames, and then active is like 27. So it's a 24 frame startup. That's that's basically punishable on on death. So I'm not like I don't always use it a lot, but like if like the enemy's like blocking like this, you could always hit them with like the back two. I think his mid is let's see. I think this is wait, which one is his mid? Um actually yeah, I think his mid string combos need to be fast. Like definitely make his mid faster. Like that. That low is pretty good. That's pretty solid. This is pretty solid. Uh, I'm trying to think of other combos that I can like to see. I mean, I think as far as everything else, it's pretty solid. It's just that I really like to see back two buffed up. Yeah, I want to see that sped up a little bit better. The overhead is pretty decent. The lows, I mean he's okay, man. I mean, I would like to also see what's like another good move that I like to see added to his arsenal. Um, if anything, I personally wouldn't mind to see maybe his ice axe. If you can kind of give him back that move from MK11, if you give him something like that, he would be super fun. Like, there's so many things that you could do, but also make Ice Clone like kind of throwable. If you kind of give me something like that from MKX, I could beat the shit out of so many people with that move. And see, like, also the cooldown. That's another thing that I have to say. His cooldown is like what? I'm gonna actually count it. So let me. So I'm gonna do Ice Ball, and I'm gonna count how many seconds that it takes for it to come back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so all right, let me do that like again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so Ice Cone takes at least 7 to 8 seconds for it to come back. One, two, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. So it's a 7 second cooldown, at least up to 8 seconds, depending on how the game goes. So it's not really effective. It's actually really dog shit, and I don't really like Ice Clone. I know back in the beta he was at least like I want to say 4 to 6 seconds, which I actually think that's a lot better. I think 4 seconds is actually better because Sub Zero needs to be able to use Ice Clone effectively, and also if it's gonna be armored, Ice Clone should have more armor to it. You know what I'm saying? Like it should be very difficult for the enemy to kind of get away from you. And then on top of that, you should be able to create ice clones. Like let's just say if you're like in the neutral and you want to make ice clone, you can make ice clones right in front of you. Why not? Like why can't Sub Zero do that? So I mean, like just doing something like this is not gonna help because if I'm not able to like throw it so I could actually pressure you, then I don't find that to be fun. And also, if I could like amp it up so I could like kind of like launcher you right into it, that should be good too. Also, give him his command grab too, kind of like similar to like MKX, but like I'm grabbing you. So like if I want to like grab you into like a command grab, that should be good. Also, if you're gonna give me EX Ice Ball, like I said, make this unblockable, bro. Make this unblockable, or just make it super fast to the point where basically it's or actually no, make it unblockable, or if you block it, I'm able to um I'm able to basically get chip damage off of you. So like if you block it, or even if you get hit by it, if you get hit by it, you're slowed down, and I'm also able to chip you, and I'm able to basically cause bleeding damage to you. But if you block it, I'm able to just get chip damage, off of you, but you're slowed down. So I think that's something that enhanced ice ball should have, because if you're not able to do anything with this crap, it's not necessary. Also, for regular ice ball, Sikander actually made he actually made a very good point about this. This should be like a guessing game with ice ball, where like if I throw it at you, I could press and hold the square button or the X button on your Xbox in order to freeze you. So like I can do that to freeze you, but if I don't want to freeze you, you just get hit by it. So therefore the enemy doesn't know if I'm going to freeze you, or I can just hit you as like a little tiny projectile, just to just to like poke you. So I think that's something that Sub Zero should have, and I think that would be very effective for him. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I wanted to kind of give like my thoughts on that. And if you guys have any thoughts about like what the game is going to look like in the future. Definitely like to get your thoughts. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it. So hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys later. And hopefully we get to see some new changes that NRS was going to say that was going to come into the patch notes after the tournaments are over, like Evo and Final Combat. So it's going to be interesting to see where things go, man. I would really like to see Sub Zero be used more in tournaments because I feel like that's what's missing in Mortal Kombat tournament scene. He just does not feel fun, and he just feel like obviously Sub Zero is fun to use, but competitively he needs to be in the roster. Like Sub Zero players, like Sub Zero players like Sikander or anybody else in the world that's really gifted, they should be able to use him however you want to. So, you should have like the ability to do like whatever you want to do with him, and therefore you don't have to think about being so hyper safe with them and having to think twice about what's unsafe and what's somewhat good about them. So yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I just wanted to kind of give like my two cents on that matter, and I hope Sub Zero gets buffed more, and hopefully the balance patch, if there is another one coming to the game, they could get all these crappy characters nerfed like Homelander, Farah, fucking Sindel, Tremor, like just garbage characters, bro. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys later, and yeah, for the Lin Kuei, man. But I'm a Shirai Ryu guy for Scorpion, so I just gotta stick up for Sub Zero because Sub Zero, he's like the realest character out of the roster. So all right, I'll see you guys later. Peace out, and I will catch you guys in another video. Peace.